Hello everyone, I hope you are doing well. Welcome to our new training where I will show you how I can use n8n Bontsi to create a system capable of posting on my behalf on n8n different platforms. So many of you are asking me how to automate posting on social networks with a simple system created with n8n. To be able to save time, to let the system post hundreds of videos if we want per day. On all networks, and especially be careful, we can do it with an API in an unlimited way. So actually I created and set up the system, and today in this video I will show you step by step how to create each node and how to make each configuration. Today the system allows us to send to Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, in any case. Today it's practically all the networks. And here, be careful, it's also a system designed so that everyone can use it. There is no specific configuration to do for each network separately. That means we won't go into Instagram and make configurations and then move on to YouTube. No, we will simply call an API that will actually handle making all the necessary connections. And I think in fact that this whole system, you can simply copy paste and use it. But my goal in the training is not only to give you the workflow, I will provide you with the documentation, and I will also give you the opportunity to create it yourself from A to Z so that you can obviously use it whenever you want and connect it to other workflows. I will also provide you with truly free course support, which contains all the documentation, all the configurations, all the files, JSON, which I use throughout the training. And it's free, so I will provide you with the link in the description. And also, what I will simply do here in Ode, I will download. In fact, on Colus, I will show you step by step how you can simply import it and make it run. And this will, of course, save you from having to repeat the configurations. But still, in the training, I will start from A to Z to create an hour-long session. And this will allow you to be sure to go even further and create workflows that are much more complex. Because by looking at this same workflow, I connect them again to our workflow. And these are expert options that I will give you at the end, the way you can download videos that also teach you to go very, very far and become an expert in automation. So I thank you very much and see you soon. We will first start by creating our n8n account. Afterwards, we will import this file. Afterwards, we will test it. And then we will start creating it from A to Z. So, just before continuing the training on YouTube, I wanted to introduce myself very quickly for those who do not know me. My name is Feras. I am a doctor in artificial intelligence, and today I am an instructor on the Udemy platform. On this platform, I teach courses in marketing, business, and artificial intelligence. And if you go to the marketing category, you will find that I have several courses there. And I am ranked as the most popular instructor in France in these categories. You will see that I have profiles that contain the badge, Udemy Partner Instructor. And most of my courses also have the badge, Best Seller. Among my accounts, on Udemy, I have approximately 120,000 students who have taken my courses here. And of course, we have more than 14,000 positive reviews. Today, I am also a member of the n8n community, where I publish my workflows. These are custom-made workflows for companies, and I share them with you for free for the purpose of learning. To thank you for subscribing to my YouTube channel on my website, which you can find the link to here, I have gathered my courses currently available on Udemy, which are best sellers. And you simply have access directly to benefit from these courses. This is a token of my appreciation for your loyalty. Use this coupon to access these courses. I thank you very much and wish you a good learning experience. To get this mechanism running, you need to import the source code that I will share with you for free. So, it's very important to have an n8n space. Today, we have the opportunity to go to the official site and create an account here. But here the problem is that it's expensive. So we're talking about $24 per month. And on top of that, we can only activate 5 workflows. So what's the trick? It's that we can also use an online server, which allows us to have unlimited workflows and to have it for about $5 to $6 maximum per month, and that's very interesting. So I can leave you here in the description the link to Hostinger. Here, it's a direct link that allows you to install n8n. Be careful, it's a special server which costs us around 6.99 euros, but there are still other discounts that I will show you to be able to have the server at a lower cost. Here, the server, there are even those with a processor, but my favorite is this one. Because 2 processors are very powerful and the workflow can run very quickly, and we won't notice any slowdowns when executing a workflow. So as a result, you just need to select. You will see that it will give me the possibility to have unlimited workflows. And above all, I actually have a 30-day free trial. And that is very, very important. That means in 30 days, I'm either satisfied or refunded. I can test the workflows, I can set them up. If it works and runs well, I keep it. If it doesn't run, I don't keep it. Elsewhere, on the official n8n website, the trial period is only 14 days. Here, you really had to take advantage of it. Here, there is a promotional code that I was able to discuss with Hostinger. Here you just need to type Dr. Ferris. You'll see. You type that and click on apply. And you'll find a very significant discount. So as a result, do the math, we're under 6 euros. So, you select here the location where you want to run the server. I choose France by default. There's no need to fill in anything here. We'll do it later. You don't fill in anything here. You just click on continue to access the payment and directly access the setup interface. And here I will show you the setup step by step as well. You'll see in a few minutes, a maximum of 3 minutes, we can have the server created, deployed, and ready to import our workflow easily. Let's go. So the first thing to do is to actually select the location of your server. So it's not very important here. But for me, I actually choose France since it's the closest server to me. So I click on continue. After that, you simply need to search for n8n. Either you type n8n or you go into the application here and you will find n8n. Be careful, sometimes when you search for n8n, it may give you variations. Actually, in terms of version, so there's n8n1, there's n8 NAPU mode. Well, take the most popular one, which is that one. In fact, that's the simplest. Actually, there we find the basic installations, and then you will simply click on select. It will simply switch you to this mode. There, it actually offers you a small software that will help you. Like what? It's an antivirus actually, that will block unknown external connections. There, you take it and it's free. So I click on next, and there it will simply ask me to create a password to access n8n on a VPS server. And there you simply go here, you click here, it will offer you a default password or you can create your own password. And there it's the name of your server. This one you can copy paste. In any case, we can retrieve it later. But you will simply copy paste it in a secure place. This URL and your password. And there you go, it's done. You will simply click here on finish. And there what it will do is start the installation and setup, if you will, of your server. Generally, it will take a maximum of 5 minutes to have direct access to your server, which is a pre-configured n8n server. You won't have to type any line of code. You will have direct access to your dashboard to create your first workflow. And there, it's done, so it shows me the message saying what? The installation was successfully completed. And now I can simply access it to manage our dashboard, our server. There you go. On this interface, you have the option to change the language here. You can set it to the language that interests you, and you can see that my server is operational, which means I have an online server that will be running for 2 years. So it won't shut down, meaning every time I create a workflow, it will be active and operational online. And to actually manage this server and simply access your n8n, you will find it here. In fact, there's a small option called Manage the Application. You will see when I click here. It will switch me to my n8n interface, and so the last step, I will simply enter my email address, my first name, my last name, and a password here. So this interface is one that will secure my access to n8n. The other access we had earlier was access to our server. But this one, in fact, is access to n8n. So here, I just invite you to fill in this information and, of course, keep it in a secure place. And there you go. We are almost done. And the last step, it asks me if I want to receive a key or a license to activate your free and lifetime license for your workflow. Of course, I will click here to receive a code. It's a key that will unlock the workflows for life and for free. All right, I received the key via the internet in my email inbox. What am I going to do? I will simply go here into my configuration space. And you will see here in settings, you have the option to add your key. So look there is this option that allows you to add this key. You just need to click, and now I will copy and paste my key. And there you go, my key has just been activated. You will see that now I simply have unlimited use of my workflow, and it's done. So now I have my n8n server ready to be installed. So if I go back here to my dashboard, I will simply have the option to start easily a new workflow by clicking here. Once the server is set up, I will click on Create New Workflow. And you will see that there is a small button here called Import from File. I click here and I will point to the workflow that I downloaded. When you see it there, it's the file I just shared with you. You just need to open it, and there you have your workflow. So it's very important when you open it for the first time, of course, and it's completely normal actually that you need to add some configurations, like for example, your own Excel file or Google Sheet, your own identifier. So in the following videos, I will show you step by step how you will update them, how you will create them. That's important. But here, I will take advantage of it. In fact, to run this workflow to show you how the system works. So here I take an Excel file. So then I will actually ask it to publish this video. So this is a video, in fact, that I can already see. Here, it's just a video that I created with AI to test, and I want this video to be published on 9 social networks. So how to do it? So as soon as I put a go here, it means that I really want it to work. So my workflow, when I click on test workflow, you will see it has actually detected the video here, and voila. In a few seconds, it will share it. In fact, on 9 networks: Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Blue, Sky, Pinterest, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and there you go. And even if I go back to the file here, it will give me down. And if I go to check if it really sent or not, indeed, I find that it has just been added to the 9 networks. When you see it here, it tells me that it was just a few seconds ago. And even if I check, I will find that this video has just been added here to Instagram. Here, it's the Threads. There, it's YouTube. Here is the video. There, it's the X network. So, really? The video is on TikTok. So, it has just been added, as you can see, in a very well done manner, let's say professionally. So, you have to be very careful. So, I will guide you step by step. You simply had to follow the creation because I will start from a blank page. And actually help you with the setup. I thank you. Thank you very much and enjoy the training. Well, so now I will start creating something we call a schedule trigger. This is a trigger that activates to actually check my workflow. Imagine that I am an influencer. I create videos and I want them to be published every hour. So I am not going to come into the system and trigger it every time. No, I will create a trigger here and set it to activate my workflow. And the system, on its own, every hour will check, verify, and launch the workflow. If I want to do it once a day, it's possible. If I want to do it every minute, it's possible. Of course, it all depends on your needs and your marketing strategy. So to do it, it's simple. I click here and then I will type schedule. You will see that it will give me this. So this is what is called rigor. So I click here and you will see that it will actually offer me to do the configuration. If I want to do it every hour, I do it like this. If I want it to be, there you go, every day, every week, every month. So it all depends on my needs. So to keep it simple, I will set it to trigger every day and I want it to be, for example, at 10 p.m. There you go, tool. So now I have my first system set up. I always save. So as a result, I would need to check an Excel file. And in that file, well, Excel, or there's a Google Sheet, it actually depends on your connection. To keep it simple, we'll use a Google Sheet file. We'll check if we have content ready to be launched, ready to be published or not. So the system every day at 10 p.m. will check a file to see if there is, well, a content ready to be sent to social media. First, I will show you the file I created. Quite simply, you can do the same thing. This is just a Google Sheet. I make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns. In the first column, I put information related to my video, related to my information. So here I have the prompt, here I have the description, here I have the video URL, here I have the title and the status. So regarding this step, I would need these three, or let's say these four pieces of information. Why? Because the description is what I will put in the message with the video. The URL, of course, is the video that I will share. The title, as you know, on social networks like TikTok, like YouTube, I need a title. And here, the status is to indicate whether this video has been published or not, or if I give the green light to the system to execute a video. Because in this file, you know that I can create several videos and that sometimes I might not want to publish them, or I might simply be waiting for confirmation. And so as a result, not everything that exists in this file will be executed. So as a result, here we are going to establish a small protocol. So if here in the status, there is simply the word go, written in uppercase, it means that I am ready to launch this video. Once the video is distributed, I can change that to put down. And there, if it's empty, for example, or I can write. Another thing is that it is under verification. That's my protocol. So as a result, here, the Excel file, you can create it. You can then update it, and you will simply call this file in our workflow. So then how do I do it? I'm going to click here. There, I'm simply going to put Google Sheet. There you go. That's my sheet group. And this time, actually, we're going to do the get. So you'll see the get roles. It means it will try to read. In fact, the files that are, there you go, in my Google Sheet account. So obviously here I have my connection. It's very important that it's already connected, that I have properly connected with it. I have my email, and here I have my client, the client secret. Of course, in the documentation, there are all the steps to do it. So now the system is well connected. So I'm going to ask it to connect. So you'll see it will ask me where I want to retrieve the file from. Of course, here you will select the file you created so that it can simply read it. So for me, I'm going to click here. So here I have several files. The one I'm interested in is this one. There you go. Then in this file, look, I only have one sheet called video. So there, I'm simply going to select it. There you go. We will select video. Very well. So now we have just selected video. Now it's very important to add filters to indicate, there you go. I want you to take the go status. That means I'm giving you the green light to launch. So therefore, at the filter level, this is very important to program this filter. I click there. I will tell it, be careful. This column called status, I want it to have the value go. So if it doesn't have this value, it won't launch. And this is actually very important because it will allow my system to be a well-defined system. And with a filter that won't do just anything. So that's very important. And here in the options section, I will just add an option here. Return the first match found. So this is a very important option when we activate it, and it obviously allows it to scan my file. And that's important for the entire table. So as a result there I did, and so this information, and it will send me only once, one video at a time. That means if it finds multiple files, it won't send them all at once. So as a result, it will go one by one. And that's important because every time I take a video, I can publish it. Of course, you can, if you want, share 2, 3, 4 videos at the same time. Obviously, there at your system level, you will increase the frequency so that it can check, verify the workflow 2 to 3 times an hour. That means every 20 minutes or 15 minutes, I want it to check so it can apply a share. So there, here, everything is fine. So I can click here to test a bit, see if it works or not. Look here, it has retrieved, and look at line number 2. It contains this information and it has a status of go. So there you go. And it's this one, in fact, surprising secrets of physics. So if I go check it, there you go. It's indeed the right one. So it's the correct line that interests me. If I put a go here, it won't detect it because I required it to return only one line at a time. So the system is operational every time, every day. It will check every time it has a file in go mode and ready, so to bombard, to actually switch to sharing mode. So this is what we call the input, which we just did. The beams have programmed the input. Now what I would need actually to add a node here where I can put the configuration of all the social networks. You know that generally when we try to connect to social networks, we need to do what we call credential, that is configure each social network separately. And that takes a lot of time. I've done many scenarios on Make where if I want to post on Facebook, I create, connect, and configure. If I want to do it on Instagram, the same thing. If I want to do it on YouTube, it's the same thing. So really, it's a bit complicated. Today, with n8n, we can do it easily with a simple node thanks to what we call the API. And we actually let the API handle the connection automatically on its own. So the easy explanation. I come here, I click on plus, and you will see that there I am actually looking for, it says, files. It's this one actually. So there, when I enter here, you will see I will switch to design mode. And there I will give you a code that you will copy paste from my documentation. So there I will copy this code and I will paste it here. I will explain to you step by step what it consists of. So you will see that here actually we are setting up for Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. So there are 9 networks. Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest, and Blue Sky. For these 9 networks, we are adding what we call the IDs, that's all. We are just adding the IDs. So how do you add the IDs? This is very important. That's why, in fact, I use a tool that provides me with an API that allows me to connect to all the networks at once. So this API, honestly, is a great discovery. Because thanks to this API, it's an API that I will actually share with you. The link to directly access and create an account on Blue, which is very interesting. First, n8n, and a free account. There we can test everything. And especially the API, if we choose this API option, it is unlimited. This means that whether you send 1 video per day or 100 videos per day, there is no token consumption. And that is very important. So in this API, basically just to understand a little bit of the history, basically this platform, if you will, actually creates the videos. So it specializes in creating very high quality videos, which are made with AI thanks to plants. And subsequently, the creators of this platform thought about creating APIs that primarily facilitate connections. They started doing this with Make. So this avoids having to create connections. And then they just added the connection with n8n. This means that thanks to this API from n8n, I can simply talk, interact with everything. All the networks. So as a result, it's very simple. You will come to the link and here click to create a free account. So this trial, this free account, will also give you the possibility to apply manually. But for us, we are not interested in applying manually. What interests us is to go and learn the API. And what will this API allow us to do? Of course, the API is paid, that's for sure, but this application is unlimited. This means it won't restrict us to using or publishing once, twice, or 4 times. No, it's unlimited, and that's its strong point. I'll do a little recap anyway to look a bit at the pricing side. So now we're going to look at the pricing. Here, of course, it will give you the opportunity to test everything first. But what is very, very important is actually this. It's the fact of being able to do this unlimitedly, and that's what makes this API's strong point. And also, in fact, the API side, the use of the API, that too is very interesting. It also offers support, which is very important, via email and such. And everything. And there you have it. That's it. In fact, it's the social media API. It's this option only that interests me. It's that one. So once you can create the free account, what will happen is you'll find yourself on this page. You'll go directly, in fact, to settings here. And there in the settings, when you see it, there's the possibility to connect all these networks. To connect them, it's simple. You click here. And if you have Facebook, for example, open, when you click here, it will automatically detect your Facebook account. And it will also offer you the option to select a page. Because you'll see that here I can add multiple pages. Each page will have its own ID. So you can add them page by page. Because I can have one account and have multiple pages. I want to publish on all those pages. So for me, I've done all that. And Of course, what you're seeing here are just test accounts so that I could really test and test. Because to test, I make random videos. So as a result, I can't actually publish them on my account, YouTube. So as a result, I quickly created tests, so accounts. And those accounts, we will obviously look at them one by one. They are operational, they are connected, and you will see that here I can retrieve what we call the IDs. So what you will do, for example, here I connect YouTube. I will simply copy here to retrieve this ID. I will go back to my workflow, and here in YouTube I will add my ID. So here I can give you two important remarks. First, you need to know that on Pinterest and Blue Sky we cannot publish videos. So this comes from the Pinterest and Blue Sky sites. They do not accept that. So as a result, we can only publish photos. That's one. And the second remark regarding Pinterest, there will actually be a special code. I will show you how we can retrieve it. This is a code. We retrieve it directly from websites because it's not obvious, meaning the system cannot detect it. I will show you the trick so that we can copy it. And we do this when we actually get to the point where we are going to send it to Pinterest. So to make this video properly, I will copy mine. So all of this, in fact, are mine. In fact, they are my own indeed. Heidi. Of course, for you, you will create your own Heidi. You will, of course, retrieve them from there. So there you have it when you click. It will copy once you have simply recopied all this data. There, they are set up here. It's good already there. When I click on test, and you will see it will then do it like out. Actually put the information like that. So these are going to be variables. After looking, you will see it here. These are variables that I will use every time I publish. So right there, in terms of configuration here, I was able to set up the system where I have all my IDs. All that's left to do is simply, we will add an HTTP request, and there we will communicate with that platform, that API, so that we can, of course, get its permission so that we can start making the publications.